Good morning. Welcome to a new session of this video classes. In this video class, based on our previous knowledge in the mechanics of the continuous medium, that is about different types of loads, different types of bendings and different types of beams. Now we are interesting to discuss about the bending moment of the beams. That is how to measure the bending moment of a beam. How to measure the bending moment of a beam. Okay, right. Bending moment. Why? How this bending moment arises? Consider a horizontal beam. When this horizontal beam is subjected to two equal forces on either ends in the opposite directions, then the beam, okay, bends by getting a certain shape. Okay, if two unequal forces, as they are acting in, suppose if they act in opposite directions, or then they are said to be the unequal forces. Okay, whatever it may be, if a couple of forces are subjected or acting on a beam at different points, the beam bends. This couple of force produces or develops deforming couple. It is known as the deforming couple. Because of this deforming couple, the formation of the beam or the shape of the beam changes. That is what is known as the bending of beam. Automatically, different layers of the beam develops the restoring forces. These restoring forces develops in the form of restoring couple, force of couple. This restoring couple in turn results the restoring couple. This restoring couple is known as the, or it is equal to the bending couple or bending moment. I hope you will understand. Our topic is to determine the bending moment. What is the bending couple? Bending moment means bending torque. Moment means torque, bending torque. We want to derive the bending torque or bending moment one and the same. Bending moment or bending torque, why it arises? It is because of the application of a couple of external force. Then how to measure this bending moment or bending torque? We will measure the bending moment or bending torque with the help of the restoring moment or restoring torque. Because restoring moment or restoring torque makes the body or regains the body or retains the body into the same shape when the external forces are removed because of the property of elasticity. Therefore, in case of good elastic bodies, when a couple of forces produces some bending moment or bending torque, this bending moment or this bending torque will be addressed by the or opposed by the internally developed restoring torque or restoring couple. Therefore, bending moment or bending torque is numerically equal to the restoring moment or restoring torque, which is developed inside the material. That is the, okay, our vision of this particular topic. We will calculate, or we will address the bending moment by means of the restoring moment or restoring torque, because restoring moment or restoring torque is responsible for the original shape of the body or the beam when the external forces are removed because of the property of elasticity. Okay, therefore bending moment is the torque that keeps a beam together. What is bending moment? Actually, bending moment is externally developed moment, but it is the torque that keeps the beam together. Beam together means keeps the beam original. It is the internally developed moment. Okay, I said that they are the restoring forces or restoring couple which is internally developed one to retain its shape. Okay, right. On the other hand, bending moment is the reaction induced inside the structural elements or inside elements. The inside elements will react to the external forces and to the external couple, and they will develop the restoring couple. This restoring couple will give the restoring moment or restoring torque. Therefore, this restoring torque in turn it is a measure for bending torque or bending moment. Okay, right. Of course, all these things are very familiar to you. For equilibrium, the moment created by the external forces must be balanced by the couple induced by the internal loads. That is the restoring loads. Okay, that's why, as a matter of fact, very simply, the thing is the bending moment is measured by means of the restoring moment or restoring torque. Okay, let us see a very interesting example, because this bending moments and restoring moments not only that are there in the different structures, that is roads, buildings, bridges, dams and etc. Okay, they are the different structures, but in addition to that one, no, all the things are also there in case of some gymnastic events also. Here, what is this one? Okay, we hold the total body by means of hanging the hands at two rings. Okay, by means of his muscle force, he is stretching his hands and holds his hands by clamping down. He was clamping down. The hands are clamping down here. The force, the couple is acting in this direction, clamping down here, and by stretching the hands firmly. Okay. By stretching the hands firmly so that the hands are more or less horizontal with grip, bending grip, he can able to support himself so that he can hang in the air, and he can able to produce the given posture, what kind of posture he want to show. That is also established by means of this kind of this one. Okay, here the bending moment is there, the restoring moment is there, the bending couple is there, the restoring couple is there. In order to show the bending couple and restoring couple, okay, bending couple, the external forces hinge. Okay, restoring couple is also from the hands, in between these two hands, restoring couple, the total body is the stretching of the hands will give the total restoring forces. Okay, restoring forces, couple of restoring forces which are known as the restoring internally developed restoring moment or restoring torque. Right. Let us see what happens in the beam and other things. Okay. Suppose if this is an horizontal beam, after it is subjected to this kind of moment, bending moment on the end, so it will get this shape. We know that this is the neutral axis or neutral layer. This neutral layer dimension doesn't change, it remains constant. Okay, neutral axis length remains constant, or neutral layer dimensions remains constant. The upper layers expands, the lower layers contracts. Okay, all these things are shown here. And in detail also, this is the red one. Red one is the neutral layer. These are the upper layers. These are the down layers. This yellow portion. In this yellow portion, see this side from neutral axis. So the first layer will get less force. The second layer will get more force. This layer, the top layer will get maximum force. Here also, in the downward direction, the force are acting in this direction. Because they are contracted, they are elongated. Okay. Very close to the neutral layer, it will get the less. The first layer gets less force, next layer gets more force. The downward. The lowest layer gets to maximum force. This is the distribution of the forces. These are the distribution of the forces from neutral layer. Okay, these are the distribution of forces from neutral layer. This is okay, uniformly varying forces. I hope you will understand here. Uniformly varying forces, uniformly increasing forces in the upward portion, uniformly decreasing forces in the lower downward portion. Okay, with reference to the neutral layer. With reference to the neutral layer. Okay, right. Now, okay, with the help of our material, we will go to derive the bending moment. Okay, we will go to derive the bending moment. Right. The bending moment will be derived. Okay, right. Now the thing is, we want to discuss. We want to derive the bending moment by means of okay the student material. Let this is the bending position of the beam. This is the bending position of the beam. PQ is the neutral axis. Okay, PQ is the neutral axis. P prime Q prime is the upper layer. This is the lower layer. Upper layers are elongated. Lower layers are contracted. It means that the upper layer's length increases. Lower layer length decreases. Okay, uppermost layer length is maximum. Lowermost layer length is minimum. But the neutral layer or neutral axis length remains same. Okay, right. Now this is the center of curvature of the bending. If this is the total curvature of the bending, this is the center of curvature of the bending. Center of curvature of the bending. Right. When a beam is bent by an external couple, then it develops internal restoring couple at each and every cross section. Okay, when external couple is acting on a beam, the different elements of the beam develops internal restoring couple at each and every cross section. The magnitude of the restoring couple is called the bending moment. Okay, here we will calculate we will estimate the bending moment by means of the restoring couple, because in equilibrium condition the bending moment is equal and opposite to the restoring couple. Right. Next, all these things are explained to you. Okay, in the beginning itself, consider a beam which is bent with a couple of forces. Let PQ is the neutral layer, as I said. Okay, right. PQ is the neutral layer. Right. Next, we will observe that the upper layers are expanded, the lower layers are contracted. Right. Consider a plane P prime Q prime, a upper plane. This is P prime Q prime. Okay, above the neutral layer. At what distance? At a distance z from the neutral layer. Consider a layer, upper layer, at a distance z from the neutral layer. Let its center is O prime. The neutral layer center is O. This is the center of curvature. This is the center of curvature. This is the radius of curvature. Capital R, radius of curvature is R. Okay, right. Next one. It means that PQ is elongated into P prime, Q prime due to the couple. Actually, before bending, all layers have the same length. Therefore, before bending, the P prime Q prime length is also equal to PQ length, and every layer has the same length. But after bending, the P prime Q prime layer, okay, elongated. It was elongated, right? Therefore, if R is the radius of curvature and theta is the angle of curvature, if R is the radius of curvature and theta is the angle of curvature, okay, R is the radius of curvature and theta is the angle of curvature, the arc length, this arc length, upper layer arc length, this arc length, okay, this arc length from this point to this point, arc length is equal to, okay, OQ. What is OQ? This one, OQ, before bending or even after bending also, what this one, neutral layer length remains constant. OQ is equal to R into theta. Right, OQ is equal to R into theta. O prime Q prime, O prime Q prime, O prime Q prime is after bending. It is R plus up to this one R plus Z into theta. Okay, R plus Z into theta. Therefore, O prime Q prime is equal to R plus Z into theta. Therefore, elongation. Here I wrote that elongation of the neutral plane. Okay. Elongation, why elongation of the neutral plane? Before bending, all layers are having the same length. Therefore, after bending, the upper layers elongated, the lower layers contracted. Therefore, the elongation of the upper layer is nothing but the elongation of the upper layer is nothing but from neutral value to the other value. Therefore, it is nothing but new value minus R value, R plus Z into theta minus R minus Z. Okay, right. Therefore, R theta plus Z theta minus R theta. R theta will cancel, you will get Z theta. What is Z theta? It is the elongation of the upper layer when compared with the neutral layer previously. Like longitudinal strain. Longitudinal strain is equal to delta L by L and change of length by original length. What is change of length? Z theta. What is original length? R theta. Original value is R theta. Change of value Z theta. Therefore, Z theta by R theta is equal to Z by R is the elongation strain. Okay. Why we are calculating all these things? We want to calculate the restoring couple. Couple means torque. Torque is the force into perpendicular distance. Force into perpendicular distance. Therefore, we need elastic force and perpendicular distance. Elastic force means you will get the force from the Young's modulus formula. In Young's modulus, we have longitudinal strain. Okay, we have stress. In this stress, we have the term force. Therefore, from that one, you will get the force. That's why we are calculating all these things. Okay, right. What is our ultimate aim? To calculate the shearing. That is the restoring couple. Restoring couple means force into perpendicular distance. What is force? Elastic force. Force where it is in the stress. How you will get that one? You will get that one in the Young's modulus formula. Therefore, in the Young's modulus formula, Y is equal to F by A whole by delta L by L, in which F is the force. We need that one. That is what is known as the elongation force. Therefore, elongation force F is equal to Y into, okay, L by L, delta, Y into delta L by L. What is delta L by L? That is the elongation. How it is? What is this one? Z by R. Just now we got it. Therefore, Y into Z by R into, okay. What is A? The area of the small part. First, we will take the area of the small part. Okay. Later, we will extend for the total entire beam. Therefore, instead of A, we will directly, instead of writing directly A. Okay. We are supposed to confine to the elongation force for a small element. Therefore, let that element area is equal to delta A, where delta A is the area of a small element at a distance Z from PQ. Okay, right. Therefore, the couple acting on this element, that is the moment of couple, this is the couple acting on a small element. Therefore, we will term it as dm. M is the total moment, dm is the moment acting on the small part. Therefore, dm is equal to Y into this force into, what is the perpendicular distance? Z. Okay, from neutral axis, this layer is at a distance Z. Therefore, dm is equal to Y into Z by R square into Z square by R into delta A. Z into Z, Z square by R into delta A. The total couple acting. In order to get the total couple, you have to integrate it, because, okay, now the beam is nothing but a file of continuous layers. As it is a file of continuous layers, we have to integrate it. Therefore, integral Y Z square R, okay, dot into delta A. Y by R is a constant, that is integral Z square into delta A. This is known as the areal integration. What this one? This is areal integration. Okay, right. Therefore, M is equal to the total couple is equal to Y by R into, this is specifically replaced with the term Ig, where Ig is the geometrical moment of inertia. Geometrical shape moment of inertia. Geometrical means shape represented moment of inertia. Therefore, integral z square delta A is replaced with the term Ig, which is nothing but a geometrical moment of inertia. Right. In case of rectangular beam, Ig is equal to BD cube by 12. We know BD cube by 12. We know all these things in our intermediate studies. Okay. In case of rectangular beam, geometrical moment of inertia, we calculated moment of inertia of different structures in different orientations. Therefore, Ig is equal to BD cube by 12 in case of rectangular beam. Therefore, in the formula in case of rectangular beam, instead of Ig, we will put BD cube by 12. In case of a cylindrical beam, okay, the moment of inertia is pi r square by 4. Therefore, in case of cylindrical beam, it is moment of inertia, the restoring couple is equal to y by r into pi r to the power of 4 by 4. Restoring couple is nothing but bending moment. Restoring moment or restoring couple is known as the bending moment. Therefore, bending moment formula is this one. And for different beams, you will get the geometrical moment of inertia as different values. This is about the calculation of what is this one? Bending moment. Bending moment is the moment or torque that is developed because of the bending force. This is calculated via or by means of the restoring couple or restoring torque or restoring moment. Because in equilibrium position, bending moment is equal to restoring moment. Okay, right. This is about what this one, this so-called calculation of the bending moment. Now, in this calculation, so we will come across certain conventions, sign conventions. Certain sign conventions will be there. Okay. Okay, this will be discussed. Okay, now we will discuss about the sign conventions that are adopted here. What are the various sign conventions that are adopted here? Okay, explain the sign conventions in the bending of the beams. What are the sign conventions in the bending of the beams? We know that shearing force is an unbalanced vertical force. Okay, right? No problem. This force bends the beam and produces the bending moment because of the application of the shearing force on or unbalanced vertical forces. Okay, then what will happen? This force bends the beam and you will get the bending moment. Just now we discussed about that one. The common sign convention was developed for both shearing force and bending moment. Bending moment is due to shearing force. Therefore, there is a common sign convention both for shearing force and bending moment. What kind of shearing force will bear what kind of sign, and what kind of bending moment will bear what kind of sign is nothing but the sign convention. This kind of sign convention depends upon the direction of the shearing force and the direction of the bending moment. Okay? Right. Sign convention for shearing force. Let this is a beam. These two forces are applied as shown in the diagram. This is the right side end, right side edge. This is the left side edge. Okay, for left side edge, upward force is acting. For right side edge, downward force is acting. These are the shearing forces. Okay, that's why according to the sign convention, convention is the agreement made by the scientists of the world. Okay, according to the sign convention developed by the group of international group of scientists. According to this one, according to the sign convention of the shearing force, the downward force to the right section, produces positive shear. Downward force to the right section or upward force to the left section, produces positive shear. Okay. On the other hand, upward force for right section and downward force for left section will produce negative shear. Okay. or simply speaking, clockwise at opposite sections. This is clockwise at opposite sections. These are the opposite sections. Clockwise forces in the opposite sections produces positive shear. Anti-clockwise forces in opposite sections produces negative shear. The simple version. This is about the sign convention developed or made by the group of international scientists. Okay. Next, sign convention for bending. Because of the shearing force, because of the unbalanced shearing force, the beam will either bend, horizontal beam will bend either upwards or downwards. Okay. Right. Now, according to the sign convention of the bending moment, if the beam bends concave upwards, if you observe the beam right from the upward direction, what is its shape? This is the concave. If the beam appears concave in shape while viewing from upwards, okay, then it takes positive bending moment. This is the positive bending moment. On the other hand, if the beam is observed from the top as it bends convex shape, in that case, the bending moment is said to be negative, or the forces are said to be producing negative bending moment. Negative bending moment. Okay. Therefore, if the beam bends convex upwards has taken negative bending moment. Okay. Therefore, upward forces produces. Now the thing is, upward forces produces positive bending moment. Upward forces produces positive bending moment. Downward forces produces negative bending moment. Downward forces produces negative bending moment. This is the convention, sign convention for what this one, for the shearing force as well as the bending moments. Okay, this is all about the calculation of bending moment as well as what this one, the sign convention used for the bending moment, right?